Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Look, Virgil Ortiz is not the same fighter. His career is over. He's officially a gatekeeper. And I'm going to go ahead and say it like that. So for all of y'all out there who are going to have something to say, this don't have anything to do with him being a Mexican, me being whatever the hell you think I am. Nothing. This is just me as a boxing fan who's followed Virgil Ortiz's career. Man has a 100% KO ratio. He was an amazing fighter before the rhabdomyolysis, fights being canceled, going to the hospital, life-threatening conditions. He was that guy. And I always said, it's hard for me to choose against him and to fight against, back then, Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford. And some people disagree with me. But that's just how much of a beast he was in the ring, right? When he would come, I just watched one of his fights, the Maurice Hooker fight today, and I think a week ago I watched the Mean Machine fight. And that Virgil Ortiz, ain't nobody beating that dude. The way he came out the first round with that piston-like jab, powerful right hand, short, compact hooks, right hands over the top. You hit him to the body, he's countering you. You throw a right, he's countering you. He had an answer for everything, and it was done instinctively. Speed, power, accuracy. And his chin, top notch. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, that Virgil Ortiz that was in the ring tonight, he fought somebody that he was supposed to defeat. And it looked like he was en route to getting the victory. Tony Weeks, the Mouse, he got involved and took away he took that victory away from Ortiz. Ortiz should have been able to get the victory, get the accolades, get the shine. But Weeks took it from him. But that being said, I don't know what would have happened around 4, 5, and 6, right? If Lawson, the African fighter from Ghana, would have still been in the fight. But what I will tell you, as I was watching the first round of Ortiz, and remember, I just watched, earlier today, while I was getting cleaning up my theater and getting everything ready because my youngest son had his friends come over. My 6-year-old son had his little kindergarten friends come over. So we're cleaning up the whole upstairs and the theater and everything to make sure the little guys can enjoy themselves. They go into that big-ass theater and go crazy. And that Virgil Ortiz that I watched against Maurice Hooker and Mean Machine, that's not him who's in the ring. So I'm telling you right now, for me, Virgil Ortiz does not need to fight Timzo. He doesn't need to fight any of these killers at 154. He needs to get active. He needs three or four more fights to really sharpen up. And I'm not saying that like his career is over. What I'm telling you is that rhabdomyolysis destroys muscle tissue. That rhabdomyolysis leads to kidney failure. That rhabdomyolysis is life-threatening. Irreversible conditions, right? Just the fact that he had 2 episodes, right, of the rhabdo is my understanding, right? I mean, in 2 different instances, there's been severe tissue damage. Makes me wonder, are we only seeing 50% of the Virgil Ortiz that was before he became sick? And I'm being honest with you. I just, when I watch him, I'm like, this ain't good. Inactivity is one thing, but the fact that he had those health scares, that's another whammy on top of that. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, man, I'm really concerned about his well-being because we didn't get to see what happens if he gets hit back. I see all these people, all the bandwagoners, idiots. Virgil Ortiz is back. Oh, Virgil, he looked this, he looked that. You didn't see, what did you see? It's just like the Wilder fight in Hellenius. What did you see? 1 round. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see nothing. You don't see what happened if you get hit. And you saw him come out here with Joseph Parker. You still really didn't see nothing, but you saw that obviously the inactivity affected him. Now you're coming looking at Virgil Ortiz, the inactivity, the issues. So going forward, it makes me wonder if Blair Cobb may have been onto something. Now remember, I'm just having a conversation. One thing I know for a fact, Virgil Ortiz was diagnosed with rhabdomyolysis, I think on 2 different occasions, where he ended up having to cancel fights. He was crying, he thought his career was over. But my concern is him not looking as explosive, as fast, as sharp. I would like to attribute that to the inactivity. But when Blair Cobb comes out here talking about he's been on steroids, he's using steroids, right? And then I watch him perform, and he doesn't look like the fighter he was before the inactivity and the layoff. Just makes me wonder if Blair Cobb may have been onto something. But I think time will tell. Time will tell. And then we'll know what's going on. It's like Big Baby Miller, you know? Everyone knew that there was some foul play with him. But he had the inactivity, then he had the foul play, then he came back, he had a couple fights. He was looking, okay, getting wins. But as soon as he stepped up against the real deal, things just didn't work out for him. So my thing is with Virgil Ortiz, right now, I'm just watching, just observing. But let's see how he looks going forward. If, in fact, they stupidly make Virgil Ortiz against Tim Tszyu. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. Now, this is my opinion. Tim Tszyu will knock out Virgil Ortiz. Y'all can say what y'all want. You didn't see nothing with Virgil Ortiz tonight. You didn't see nothing. He showed you nothing. Even when his combinations looked sloppy. Okay? So, and I'm not saying that. And this is the problem. People hear it sometimes when you create content, they think, oh man, here it is another hater. Oh, you're just saying negative things. Yo, get the fuck out of here with that. I'm rooting for the young man. My thing is, if the illness took a pound of flesh out of his ass, he don't need to be doing this. Unless he's going to fight B and C level fighters, because he gets in there with a guy like Tim Tszyu, who is an Australian monster. And Virgil Ortiz is there to be hit. He's going to get hurt. And if his body, the best it can be, is only 50% of what it was before he got sick, then he should not be in the ring. Now, the other part of the conversation, the shit that some people want to talk about, if in fact he was on steroids, and the steroids, which a side effect of the steroids is fighters developing rhabdomyolysis, people developing rhabdomyolysis. I'm not making that shit up. For those of you out there, go read. I'm telling y'all facts. Okay, so I'm not trying to tie something into him. No, I'm just letting you know the facts. That's why Blair Cobb came out and was talking about the steroids. Because he, for some reason, believed he was using it. Then when the rhabdo came out, he was like, it's because he's on steroids. So I went and I did my research. I read about 15 articles. I'm like, holy shit. Side effect of steroids. It's rhabdo. So my thing is, if in fact he was on steroids, right? Then he got sick with rhabdo on 2 different occasions. When he gets in the ring now, 1, he can't be on steroids, right? Because obviously, if he was on it, it was killing his ass. And then 2, the rhabdo affects the muscle tissue. So he can never be back to 100% of what he was. It's a double whammy for him. So I think Virgil Ortiz what we may be seeing is the gatekeeper at 154 pounds. He needs to bubble. He needs to get himself some fights with some B and C level fighters to work on his timing, to try to get back to as close as what he once was. And I just don't, it doesn't matter if he's with Robert Garcia or who he's with. I just don't think he gets there. And remember, I'm not accusing him of being on steroids or nothing. I'm talking out of concern, and I'm picking up where Blair Cobb left off, where he mentioned that. And if there was some kind of foul play, which I just find it hard to believe that. But just when you watch him come and perform, it's like you just never know, man. But I like him. I like him a lot. But I'm more concerned about his future in the sport of boxing. Because even if this whole thing that Blair Cobb was putting out there in the atmosphere, even if there's absolutely no truth to it at all, right? The fact that he went through that crap he went through in the inactivity, that's going to affect his performance. And I just think no matter how active he gets, I just don't think he can ever get his body back to what it was before the inactivity. And that's just my 2 cents, man. But that being said, we'll see what happens. He wants Crawford. He wants Spence. He wants Jamel. He wants Tim Tszyu. He wants everybody. I just pray that Golden Boy doesn't force him into them big fights yet. They should have enough sense to do him the way Eddie Hearn did AJ. Build him back up, keep him active, and then maybe put him in a big fight. And then we'll know just what he has in him. Because I'm telling you right now, from what I saw, that ain't the Ortiz. That ain't the Ortiz that comes out stepping in the first round. That ain't him. That's not him. And for those of you saying, no, well, that's what he did. The guy, he basically shut the guy down. Nah, man. Remember, my eye and your eye, 2 different eyes, champ. So don't come telling me what I don't know. That ain't the same Ortiz. Give him about 2 more fights, some more activity, working with Robert Garcia and his dad. Let us see his body comfortable with training and fighting, dealing with the stress and all the other bullshit that comes with being a prize fighter. And then I'll say, okay, looks like he's all right. But right now, I think the verdict's still out on Virgil Ortiz. I do. And I'm going to tell you, I wish the best for him. I've never heard him say nothing disrespectful about a fighter. He's not ignorant. He's a nice guy. And I really wish the best for him. I'm being honest with you. But right now, I'm not sure we saw it enough to say anything. So as far as I'm concerned, he's a fighter that needs to keep rebuilding. Don't just jump into the fire, chasing after a payday. Go get yourself hurt, because he can be hit. And if for some reason he don't have the punch resistance he once had, if the speed ain't there, the explosiveness isn't there, the power isn't there, he's in trouble, especially against Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu comes to destroy you. What Tim Tszyu say? What's my effing name? What's my effing name? What was that the hell he did out there in Saudi Arabia? Tim Tszyu. Anyway, man, Virgil Ortiz, in my opinion, I don't think he's the same fighter. But let's see what happens in the next couple fights. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.